Happy New Year and welcome back to the RC Top 3.
2021.
Calvin, you ready?
2021, new me, new you. Let's go.
Yes, 2021. So a bright spot from this week was on Wednesday. We found out that the Senate was actually flipped in Georgia. The Georgia Senate race was won by Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. Warnock was John Lewis's pastor, and Ossoff was John Lewis's intern. So I know that somewhere John Lewis is smiling down on us, right, Calvin?
Yes, and that was my Christmas wish list and my January birthday list to have Biden win and to flip the Senate. I didn't think both of those would be possible, but 2020.
Yes. So now the Dems have the presidency, also the House and the Senate. The Dems have 50 members. The GOP has 50, and the tiebreaker, any tiebreaker will be Vice President Kamala Harris. So the Dems are in charge. The thing about Wednesday was that we didn't get a chance to really give Warnock and Ossoff their flowers because we here in DC were under siege by a traitorous mob that was incited by President Trump and some members of the House and Senate GOP. So Calvin, let's talk about that.
Yeah, yesterday was a scary time here in DC because, you know, we've known for 2 months that this was going to take place, but it was really jarring to see them breaking into the Capitol and, you know, seeing the members with gas masks on and people taking selfies in the chair where the vice president had just been, as well as the Speaker Pelosi's office. It was very jarring. And I think that even Trump's most ardent supporters, this was a step too far, which is shocking that it took this much. But I think, yeah, it was absolutely horrible. And of course, as an African American, I realized that would not have been the response had I decided to express my displeasure like that. So good thing is that it won't change what's going to happen on January 20th. And I think American democracy deserves credit for that.
No, absolutely. I think that not enough is being said about all the explosive devices that they found and disarmed. That included Molotov cocktails. The fact that they were armed terrorists on federal property and they were able to just gallivant for hours before law enforcement backup showed up is just, it's embarrassing and terrifying. Also, there was a noose that they erected on Capitol grounds, and there was a plan that law enforcement has found out that they were going to take the House and Senate members that were going to certify the votes and not object to them all and execute them 4 at a time. Now, I don't speak white supremacist, so I don't know exactly what that means, 4 at a time, but that was the plan. And it's terrifying. Also, it's Friday, and I'm sure that these people are still here in our fair city. So we're still under curfew until after the inauguration. So yeah, it's scary times in DC, and it's unfortunate that all of this was incited by President Trump and members of the Republican Party. And now there are calls to remove President Trump.
Yes, there's all of this talk about the 25th Amendment. One thing I can say about the Trump years is from impeachment process to the 25th Amendment to the 12th Amendment, we've all become constitutional scholars.
It's a civics lesson.
Right, because Trump seems to challenge every one of them. I think that I didn't take those calls seriously yesterday until Trump had his response where he said, "We love you." And, you know, I think the 25th Amendment and impeachment and removal should have been in the works long ago.
Agreed.
I thought 2021, let's just focus on the future. We have less than 2 weeks to go. But when he so softly decried the violence and then said, "We love you," that was the last.
And you're special.
Right, and you're special. And I remember thinking, we have to do something. If it's censure, if it's declaration, if it's impeachment, removal, 25th Amendment, we have to do something.
Well, we know that on January 20th, we'll have a new administration installed, and hopefully things will be a little more quiet here in Washington.
Hope so. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2021, and we will see you next week.
Bye. See you next week.